Last but not least, the big man himself, Mr. Santa Claus. What's up, agents? Zer here, welcome back to the lab. Today we're going to be looking at a Christmas themed add-on. This is the Christmas Heads Costumes add-on. Now, as I'm sure every single one of you is currently aware, we just passed into the month of December. In fact, as of me recording this video, it is technically December 1st. I imagine it's probably not going to be December 1st when I actually upload this video, but you know what, whatever, I'm at least sharing this with you guys anyway. So this add-on, what it does is, first off, it actually is technically installed as a resource pack. There's absolutely no behavior pack whatsoever in regards to this particular pack, but I'm going to still technically call it an add-on because that is technically what it is referred to on MCPEDL. And what it does is it changes the models and textures of mob heads to be, well, appropriate for the season itself. And this add-on was created by someone by the name of Mikey. So huge shout out to them. Make sure to check their links in the description, as well as a link to download the add-on for yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you can tell, I have every single one of these custom heads on armor stands, and I decided to go the extra mile to showcase this particular add-on, and I went ahead and made custom dyed leather armor for each individual head. It didn't admittedly take too terribly long to do, but it did at least take a certain amount of time, and I'm actually personally a little bit proud of myself. It may not be necessarily the best looking thing, because obviously leather armor not necessarily the easiest thing to color and doesn't always look good, but for the purposes of this add-on showcase, I thought at least it will do a decent job. So anyway, without the wait, let's go ahead and get started. So first off, we have ourselves an elf head, and this is actually replacing the basic Steve head, and it's got a really awesome model and texture to it. So as you can tell, we've got a nice happy smile, as you would expect an elf to be, the pointed ears, and we have this long pointy cap with a bell at the very end. So not too bad, all things considered. So next up, we have a Christmas classic character. We have ourselves Rudolph, with obviously the red nose that's able to light up the night sky to allow Santas to see in stormy weather. That is always important when it comes to Rudolph, and this is actually replacing the zombie. It's got a really awesome amount of detail to his guy himself, a little bit of muzzle, and obviously, as you can tell, red nose, it's 3D as well, and 3D antlers. Not really a whole heck of a lot of detail to the antlers, but as far as an add-on is concerned, it is perfectly fine by me. So next up, we have ourselves another classic Christmas character. This one is Frosty, and this is actually replacing a creeper head. Now, the one thing I do technically remember about the original animated classic for Frosty the Snowman is, of course, the big hat, which is what is actually able to give the hunk of snow the ability to walk, talk, and do pretty much everything he's able to do. But one thing that I will say that I don't honestly remember is the big red nose. There's a chance that I could be completely wrong, but I'm not actually going to go ahead and blast the creator of the add-on, because honestly, in my personal opinion, it adds a little extra detail to Frosty and actually adds more character to him. So I actually think this is actually a good bit of detail to go ahead and add in. Now next up, we have ourselves a dragon head replacement, and this is actually Mrs. Claus, obviously the wife to the big man, Mr. Santa Claus himself. And as you can tell, little bit of detail. It does technically have the basic cube player head aesthetic, but it also has this nice 3D bow up in the front. So technically, it's not exactly the cubic head that most of the heads technically are. So next up, we have ourselves a gingerbread man. I just can't help but kind of laugh and chuckle a little bit whenever I see this guy, because in my personal opinion, this guy is kind of goofy looking. I realize that the creator tried to put him together, but it honestly just puts a little bit of a smile on my face just kind of looking at him. So anyway, yeah, gingerbread man, actually pretty cool looking guy. It's just the face, honestly, as I said, gives me a little bit of a chuckle. But you know what, as long as it's the Christmas season, making someone at least smile a little bit is actually good. So I'm not gonna fault the creator for doing something like this. And okay, last but not least, the big man himself, Mr. Santa Claus. So yeah, it's got pretty much the basic texture and model you would expect from Santa Claus. He's got the big, long, white beard. He's got himself the classic hat that he always has, the long, pointed hat with the little fuzzy ball at the very end. It looks exactly like you would expect Santa to look like in Minecraft. It's a very good representation of the man himself, the one that kids everywhere across the world want to sit on the lap at the mall and tell them exactly what they want for Christmas and hoping they'll get from him. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool in my opinion. I honestly do not see any flaws in this whatsoever. I did mainly mention, like, this guy right here gave me a little bit of a chuckle, which again I did say is actually not really a bad thing, all things considered. But you know what, this is actually not too bad. A really awesome way to go ahead and kick off the holiday season, and I'm really hoping that there are going to be more add-on and resource pack creators within the next coming month that are going to be able to come up with more Christmas themed stuff, because this is actually pretty awesome. And I will promise to you guys that if further Christmas related add-ons and stuff do in fact come out, I will do my absolute best to try to showcase what I can. If there's going to be a ton of them, unfortunately I won't be able to do every single one, but I'm going to promise I will do whatever I can. But other than that, this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, to make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at MCPEDL to stay updated. This is Zer0's. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.